First of all, thank you very much for joining this webinar. This is the fourth of the strategic call webinars where we try to give you an overview of the different aspects of the call. In this webinar, we will give you more details and an overview of how the application form works and try to give you some tips and pieces of advice to do the application, the submission of the application. So first of all, I would like to mention that it's true that the application form has to be filled and submitted by the project leader, but in this proposal submission, also the other partners of the proposal are involved. In fact, all the applicants has to have a PIC number and also be registered in the NetSuite platform. So this is what we call step 1 and step 2. That has to be the steps previously to start to fill the proposal in the NetSuite. For the ones that you are not familiar, we changed the platform, the submission call platform. Previously was Plaza, and nowadays we are using NetSuite. So this is a new platform, and we, for the reason also, we want to give you this session to give you an overview how it works, because it's quite different from the previous one. And to join this platform, you need to be registered with a PIC number. The PIC number is the same that you have if you are already granted by European projects. So this is the same PIC number of the European Commission use for to grant for the applications of the Eurasian Europe projects. And what you have to guarantee as a project leaders is to see if all the participants has already a PIC number. They can, if they already have registered with a PIC number, they don't need it to register again. But what if they are not sure if they have this PIC number, they can check it in this link. After the presentation, you will have the link, and they can check it through this link if the organization is already registered. So after obtaining this PIC number, you can go to the partner information form. That this is the form that allows you to register to our platform, to NetSuite platform. So first you need the PIC number of all the entities, and each entity has also to register through this other link to this partner information form. After being registered in both as a PIC number and with the PIF, you will be able to create the proposal. But let's say that I would like to insist a lot that you don't have to wait until the last moment to do it this. The PIC number is quite easy thing to create, but the PIF to join the NetSuite, you have to fill this form. If you don't receive an email after filling this form, I don't know, in a few hours, let's contact us through the service desk mail. But also you can, when you are trying to fill this PIF form, if you see that you have problems because the PIC was already registered, or you have registered with this email that has link to another entity, and this is not the entity that you want to apply for, also contact directly to service desk. So this is important that you don't wait until the last moment to do this step 1 and this step 2, the registrations, because could take more time than you expect. So as soon as all the partners has been registered and they have the PIC number and a PIF, a NetSuite account, is the project leader who can create the application form. So the project leader can go to, has to join the login to the NetSuite platform, go to under menu, call for proposals, and in open calls, you will see the current calls that are open, and this you have to go to the strategic innovation open call, clicking the icon apply. So as soon as you create this proposal, you have to know that you will be able to fill it all the information directly to the platform, to the NetSuite platform. But also there is a part the application is asking to filling directly. There is these 6 sections: the main information, partner information, project scope, work plan, supporting documents, and budget. But there is also another information that it's you have to prepare, because are supporting documents that you have to attach to the application form that in this case, for this call, for the strategic innovation call, you have two mandatory documents. Is the pitch deck for the one that you have a template and the financial data of all the commercial partners. And then there is another non-mandatory documents that you can also upload to the platform if you think that could be a good information for the evaluation of the proposal. But what is very important here is to mention that in case that you fill all the information in the application form, but you upload a wrong mandatory document or you upload a black document, this proposal will be rejected because the documents and all the information should be correct. Sorry, because I forgot to mention that I am doing the presentation, and in the end of the presentation will be a questions and answers moment. So if you, in the meantime, if you have any question, please write to the question chat that you have you have it here. So said that, let's say that, as I mentioned, there is these 6 sections. The 6 sections is the ones that I mark in this box, red box, is the main information, partner information, project scope, work plan, supporting documents, and budget. This order is quite important to follow because, for instance, in the case of the budget, if you have not previously worked on the work plan, you cannot introduce the budget. So it's quite interesting, and I strongly recommend you to introduce the information tab per tab following this order, okay? And what is very also advisable is that after, when you change from one tab to another, I mean to main information, when you are already filled main information and you want to pass to the other tab, partner information, please always save as a draft, because we realize that the platform sometimes don't save the changes if you change from the tab. And also in the case that you are working on the platform and you are still not working for a long time, the platform could let's say, close the window, and then also you will lose the introduced information. So don't be afraid to do as many save as draft, to push as many times the bottom save as draft as possible, because then you have the guarantee that all the changes are saved. And if you have already created the application, when you close this application and you want to edit again, because you can edit in different times, you have to look for the application not in open calls. You have to go directly to menu, call for proposals, and my applications, but because this application is already created, so you will list it under my applications. So said that, we will start with the main information. In this section, you will see that there is this ID proposal number. This is a number that is automatically assigned by the system, so you don't have to write anything, because after you do the first save, a number will be assigned. And then there is the primary topic. This is very important. It's a topic related to the call. And you have to choose the topic that is relevant for your proposal. In this sense, you have a list of 5 topics, so you have to select the one, as I mentioned, more relevant. This is a mandatory field. What is not mandatory is the second topic, but could be also that you identify that your project can have impact also in the second topic, as in a secondary topic. So in this case, also you can choose, but as I mentioned, it's not mandatory, a secondary topic, or select non-selected. That means that none other second topic is related to your proposal. About the title and the acronym, let's say that you have a maximum number of characters to write the title and the acronym. And here, let's say that what we suggest is that you have to keep in mind that in case that the project is granted, this title and this acronym will be used for publicity purposes. So try to write a title that gives a clue about the project, and also it's, let's say, pronounceable, because sometimes we use acronyms that are composed by different letters and it's unpronounceable. So let's make a title and for sure the acronym that then we could be used to make the promotion of the project and could be like this kind of catchy or attractive name. And for the starting and ending date, logically, it could be not, the projects, as you know, for the call could be no longer than 24 months. So the starting date, it has to be at earliest the starting the 1st of January, it could be not before the 1st of January. And you have to count from the starting date a maximum 24 months of the duration of the project. This perhaps when you are saving the changes, the program doesn't give you error, but when you are trying to submit the proposal, you will see that if these dates are not correct, you will have an error. But so please take into account that the date cannot be before 1st of January, and the ending date maximum has be in the 24 months after the start date. In this main information section, you have also the overview of the total budget for the project for all the partners and the EIT funding, and also the percentage of the own funding. As you know, this call asks for a mandatory minimum of co-funding of 35%. So here is where you will have to check if you are accomplishing with this minimum of 25% of co-funding. This you don't have to fill it because this is automatically populated from the budget. So this is already, you can see this already in the end of after filling all the budget information, all of the budget figures. What you can edit is the executive summary. And again, here you have a maximum of 1,000 characters. And it's very important that, as I mentioned before, with the title and with the acronym of the project, you keep in mind that this could be also used for dissemination purposes. So please be aware that you have to give a comprehensive overview and also not add here some, let's say, some confidential information that then you don't want to make public. And also we have this kind of list of keywords. In the list of keywords, you will have a drop-down menu with a long list of keywords. You have to choose also for the free self-defined keywords, maximum 5 words and minimum 3. So the first list, the keywords related to this project are already given by this list, but the free keywords, you have to push, to click, sorry, this new keyword and add, and you freely can write the keyword that you want, and also to add some free words that you can see in from the previous list, and you can add it here. Let's see that these keywords are very important in the sense that you have to identify the ones that best represent your project. And finally, this year we have had this, let's say that it's more for information, internal information purposes. We are asking you from where you hear about this call. You can choose more than one option. And also if the long list of options that you will see it, in this drop-down list are not giving the place or the way you heard about us, also you have this option to select other and to write where you heard about this call. And before to jump to the next section, the partner information, as I mentioned, and I will be very persistent during the webinar, please save as a draft, because it's really important that always you are doing this save as a draft. Here, the next section is a partner information. In this sense, related to the project leader, this is already populated by the system because it's the project leader is the one that create the proposal. So it takes automatically the entity of the PIC. And for the project leader main contact, the person who create the application form. Here, there is not this asterisk that usually the red asterisk mentions the mandatory fields. Here in partner involved of the project is not there is not this red asterisk, but in this call, as you know, is a multi-beneficiary call, and at least there has to be 2 beneficiaries at least. So for sure you have to add a partner. So let's say that to add a new partner, you have to push this, to click this green button, this plus button. And in this sense, there is a tricky thing. You have to write the PIC number under the column partner to add the partner. And it could happen that the PIC number doesn't have any contact related to invite someone to the proposal. So in this case, you have to ask the partner if this has already a PIC number and they already been registered to the PIF, the platform, the NetSuite platform. Here in the application form, you have the link. If you click here, you will have the website that you can share with them in order to ask them to register themselves. But in the case that they confirm that they are already registered and also the PIC number is already registered and you have problems, you can contact directly service desk to try to solve the problem. For this reason, I wanted to insist that it's very important that you don't leave this section, the step 1 and step 2, the registration to the platforms and to register the partners in the application form for the last minute, because it's something that could be tricky and could require some time. So please try to confirm the consortium as soon as possible and to confirm that they have this registration. Do not have to avoid problems to register here as a partners. And then also you have to confirm if these partners that you invite to the consortium partners has any link between them. In this case, if they have any link, you have to mark the option yes and give a description of the link. The explanation of what we understand for the link between partners, it's given here and also in the call manual. So if you have any doubt about if one partner is linked to another, please refers to this explanation and also to the call manual. And if you have more doubts, this is something related to the call, so you can send an email also to innovation call email. I will give you the email address to contact for each issue at the end of the presentation also. And let's say that this is like a possibility that we give you, but we didn't recommend you. It's the co-editor rights. You can invite someone to co-edit also the proposal. But we realized that when 2 people or more than 2 people is working at the same time to the proposal, to the application form, better said, sometimes the changes are not properly saved. So please be aware that if you need to invite someone to co-edit the proposal, you can do it. You can go to this option and to click the green plus and add the email of this person. The email of this person, if it's registered to NetSuite, will receive the possibility to edit the application. But it's very important that you only did it in the cases that you need this contribution from this person. Also because sometimes the people confuse that only the person who creates the proposal, only the creator of the application form can submit the proposal. So please be aware that the co-editor also has rights to edit, but has not rights to submit the proposal. Okay, so this is very important, and we only recommend in exceptional cases, because if you want to work in a collaborative way, what we recommend is to use a offline. In fact, we have published the template, a Word example, a Word sample to work with. And we recommend this to work offline with this Word document with all the contributions from all the partners, but not directly to the platform. So after this partner information is introduced, again, you have to save as a draft. And let's go to the project scope. The project scope, it's a section that perhaps it's the most demanding section, where you have to write all the information related to the project scope and objectives, the framework and collaborative approach, and the excellence, impact, and implementation sections. This is a sections that you have to write a lot. So in this sense, again, if you write directly to the application form, that it's possible, you are on risk of, let's say, of losing the information that you are directly filling in the platform. So our recommendation is to use what we published is this application form sample. It's a Word sample. It's a Word document. So in this sense, you can work on this document and then to do a copy paste directly to the platform. So this gives you some guarantees that in case that you lost the information in the platform, you have the Word document, so you don't lost all the work that you have already did it. And after all these sections, well, I forgot to mention also that these sections, it's important that you refer the call manual, and especially the section of evaluation, because in the evaluation you have the criteria that the evaluators will be assessed. So it means that you have to give, and also you have the explanation of what is required or what we are asking for in each section. But what can help you a lot is to see what are the evaluators to assess in order to answer and to give the proper information for them when they are assessing to see it that you already covered it and you answered it the proper required information related to the implementation of the project. What we are asking also in this project scope section is a gender dimension in the consortium composition. There are two mandatory fields where we ask you for a number. This number is the percentage related to the woman in the consortium team and the woman in the decision-making roles. You have to add here a number. And also the risk management and contingency plan. You have to do, you have to anticipate any risk related to the project. If you click here to add a new, you will see this pop-up window where we ask you the details of the risk. In fact, for the category, you have a drop-down list of the categories. Mainly, I think are all of them covered. But if you have a category, if you think that any of this list category covers your risk, you can also choose the option other. And after choosing the category, you have to give a title, the description, the likelihood that could be. We also have this drop-down list with different levels. And finally, a description and a mitigation plan to avoid that this risk happens. This is the risk that you have to anticipate to the project, that you have to identify. And then for all the commercial partners, you know that this call asks for a sustainable financial sustainability of the commercial partners. So you have to add for each commercial partners this go to this add new and to identify any commercial partner and give all the information and specify which model prefers of this financial sustainable mechanism, the one that they have chosen. In this sense, yesterday there was a webinar to explain and to give more detail about how this mechanism works and the characteristics of the different options. So if you have doubts, you can check the presentation of yesterday, but also you can send an email to Innovation to ask more detailed information about this. And also always first refer to the call manual. But let me say that for the NetSuite platform, there is a tricky thing that in case that you have already registered all the partners and the commercial partners, but you didn't save it, perhaps when you click here to to choose the partner that will be given the information, perhaps the partner will be not appearing. So you have to save the proposal again, and then this partner will appear. So this is something that we realized that if you didn't save it before, when you click to the list, because this is a drop-down list with all the partners, perhaps the partner that was registered is not still appearing because you have to save the proposal. Okay. So ethics and security is not a mandatory field, because could be that you don't have any ethic or security issue, but you have to confirm this. You have to be sure that there are not ethical on security aspects affecting your project. And in the case that there are, you have to mark the option yes, and you will see that there is this pop-up window. What I would like to remark here is that when you open the window, you will see 8 options, but you have to do a scroll because the number 9 doesn't appear with in the pop-up window, but is the option that gives you the freedom to choose if you don't see any of these previous let's say, ethical and security issues listed here. These categories doesn't match with the one that you wanted to choose. You can choose the number 9, other ethics issues, and then give the explanation. But also mention that you can choose more than one. And after choosing this, you have to go to the explanation. Well, you have to explain the ethic and security issue. First, choose from the list and then explaining. And this was the last field that you have to fill it from the project scope. So again, I will insist again that you have to save as a draft and move to work plan. Work plan, it's the place, the section when we ask you for the structure of the project. So in this section, it's very important that you first of all create the work package, because the deliverables that, as you know, in this call, there are some deliverables that are mandatory. You can only register, you can only put it after the work package creation. Okay, so it means that in this sense, we really encourage you to only create the really necessary work packages. We strongly recommend to have a limited number of work packages. Don't create too much work package. It's true, sorry, it's true that there is not a maximum, but let's create the only the needed one. And when you create the work package, then you will be able to add the deliverables. So the work package, if you pick the option of create a new work package, will have this window where you have to put the work package name. This here, it's very important that you don't put a number, because the system automatically numbered all the work packages. So you only have to write the name of the work package. Please try to give a name that it's quite significant for the content of the work package. So a name that it's quite descriptive. And about the description, it's free description to give more details about the work package. And you have to also add the starting date and the ending date of the project. Sorry, the work package. This starting and ending date could not be before the starting date of the project and not after the starting date of the project, but could be shorter for sure, as you already for sure you know, for the time that you need to implement this work package, but never before the starting and the ending date of the project. And here, perhaps the most tricky things, because this is related to the budget, is that when you are identifying the work package leader, you must also include well, you have to list it here. You will see work package leader, you click and you will have the list of the different partners to choose the work package leader. But then when you go to the work package contributors, you have to also add the work package leader if this work package leader has to have allocated budget. So only the partners that appears under work package contributors will have, and we will see it later in the budget section, will have the possibility to ask to allocate budget. So it's very important that, because it looks like if I identify as a project leader, I don't need to identify as a project contributor. In this case, yes, because this relates to the budget. So please be aware of this. Otherwise, you cannot allocate budget to the project leader. And yeah, and the role. Okay, yes, I don't want to miss any information. And after the the submission of this work package, then there will be appear the possibility to add the deliverables. And if you click to add deliverables, you will see that this window will appear. So you have to give the information, the requested information, deliverable name. Again, you don't need to add any number because the system already gives the numbers, and also the description and the date that you expect to achieve this deliverable. Yes. About the, sorry. If you delete, this is important also to mention that if you delete a work package, it's all the information related to this work package and it is the deliverables will be also deleted. So be aware of this. And this is very important because, as I mentioned, there are in this call, there are some mandatory deliverables. So the good thing is that after the submission or after to fill the information in the work package and the deliverables, you will have this view where you will have the list. Here. There is only one deliverable, but if I had introduced more deliverables, I will see the list of deliverables. So this is good because then you can check the work package and all the deliverables already introduced, and also to check if you are accomplishing with the mandatory deliverables that you have to submit with the proposal. So it's important to be aware that if you delete the work package, check again that you are also having the mandatory deliverables in some other work package. And also just mention that the system, if you delete one work package, will renumber all the existing work packages and deliverables. So then we have the milestones. The milestones are like control points. In this sense, we also ask you to add if you think that there are some milestones that could be good to, let's see, check to check the progress of the project. So in this sense, the application asks you for the name, the description, also the date that we are going to achieve these deliverables, the partner responsible for this deliverable, and the others that are contributing. And as usual, as in the other cases, you have to add, click add, and then save to record all the information. And last but not least, and this is very important in this call, because in the case of the deliverables, there are also some KPIs that are mandatory. It works as the same case on the deliverables and milestones. You have this option that you have to add a new. You click here, and in this case we have the KPI code. The good thing is that you have here the list only of the ones that apply to this call. So you have to choose the ones that refers or are relevant for your project, and for sure the ones that are mandatory. So please be sure that you have, as the call mentions, at least one of these KPIs, 2.4 and 4.4, and others that could be also possibly assessed by the evaluators. And again, you have to introduce all the information related to the KPIs and save to have this information saved in the application form. Before jumping to the supporting documents, again, I will be very persistent in this. Save it as a draft, and you will go to the supporting documents. In this case, for this call, we have two supporting documents that are mandatory. One is the pitch deck. This pitch deck, you have a template publish it in the website. So you have to use the template. And then you have the other mandatory document that is the financial data for all the commercial partners involved in the project. Let's say that for the financial data, you have to create a single document. You have to put all the data related to the commercial partners, the requested data related to the commercial partners in a single document, could be a PDF, and you have to upload as usual as like in other platforms, choosing the file and uploading to the platform. Let's say that for these documents, they are mandatory, and as I mentioned before, please be sure that you are not uploading wrong documents or black documents on black. And I have to say that for the moment, when you already upload the documents, it will be appear under the column document upload, but you cannot click and see directly the document. This is something that we are trying to improve, and we will try to fix it for a future. But for the moment, what you can do to check that the document was the correct one, you can download the document, save it in your PC, and then you can you can check that this is the document. So this is the way that you have to check that the document is the one that you want to submit, the final version that you want to submit. Save it to your PC and then check that this is the one. So this is very important that you upload both documents, and for the other three, they are not mandatory, so are advisable if you think that are good to improve the quality of your submitted proposal. And as I mentioned, they are not mandatory, but you have also it works the same. You can upload, and for the link to video, you have to write directly the link here under the column upload. So there is the possibility to write the website where this link video is published. And well, I forgot to mention that you have to, again, to do the save and draft to avoid to lose any information that you already fill it in the template. And then there is the last section, that is the budget. When you arrive to this section, you will be on the top of the section, this let's say, table. This is a total budget project table that summarize all the information from the budget that you will have, the tables that you will have below, partner per partner. So on the top you have this that is automatically filled, populated by the system. You don't have to edit. And here, this table have the work packages that are you already registered in the work plan tape. So it's very important, as I mentioned, to have the final version of the work plan that you want to, the work packages that you want to work with, because this relates to the budget. So please, first of all, work in the final version of the work packages, and in the end, and also we recommend to you to do it in an Excel file, to then fill the tables directly to NetSuite, because otherwise, perhaps you have some partners that are not related to our package, so then they don't have the column. So it's better to be sure that all the work packages are the final work package that will have the project will have. A tip is that if you have a lot of, if you have different partners involved in the proposal, as I mentioned, that at least has to be 2, there is the possibility to hide these tables. And this is quite good, because if you hide, then you don't have to do a long scroll. So if you click the total budget project, this table is hidden. And if you click it again, this is unhidden. And also it happens in the case of the tables. This is the table that you have partner per partner. And also if you click here, the partner budget section, you can hide and unhide this section. So This is the example that I want to give you to make you realize that only the partners that are added as a work package contributors will have the work package mentioned here. In this case, this partner only contributes, only is mentioned as a work package contributor under work package 1. So in this sense, this partner only has this column to fill the cost related or the cost that you want to allocate for this partner under work package 1. If we give the role, if we add this partner to other work packages, then more columns, the other columns of the other work packages will appear here. But the structure is always the same. So don't be afraid if you see that some partners has mentioned work package 1 and mentioned work package 2, because it means that they appear as a in work plan as a contributor of only this work package. So if you see that one partner is contributing in a work package and the work package doesn't appears as a column in what budget, then you have to check in work plan if this is already mentioned or assigned as a work package contributor. Well, and here, as this is an innovation call, you already, and perhaps you already know that there is this minimum of 35% of co-funding. This is, let's say that this is not per partner, this is per project. So it could happen that here, that there is this red square, you have to identify the percentage of the EIT funding and the co-funding and the funding from other entities. And in this case, the program will not give you error if you assign a lower percentage of co-funding to a partner that perhaps contribute with 20% of co-funding, but another partner compensate this co-funding. So for this reason, it's very important what I mentioned before, that when you have already filled this information, in the first section, you have the main information, and it's there where you have to check that the amount, the percentage is at least this 35%. Okay. Well, and this is after the budget completion, when we have already filled the information in the budget, we have all the information already filled in the template. And this is perhaps the scariest moment when we have to do the submission. Let's say that you have to go to the bottom that you are always saying on the top, close to the save and draft. So you have to click submit. And in this case, two things could happen. The first is that perhaps there is some technical aspect that you are not, let's say, missing information, the percentage of the budget is not correct or whatever. So a list of errors will appear in this case if there is some missing or wrong information. But let's say that this is not a guarantee that everything is okay, because in the case that you have upload a mandatory document, but the mandatory document, it's let's say black document, the submission it's possible, but the call, as I mentioned before, the proposal will be rejected because the document is not correct. So, but at least you have this kind of the check that if there is some missing information, you will have the list of the things that you have to correct. And an important thing here is to mention that after this submission, if everything is okay, you will have this other message, because it means that everything, you don't miss any mandatory field. So you can have another message to ask you for the confirmation if you want to confirm the submission, or if you want to cancel the submission. This is quite useful, because sometimes when you click the save as a draft, perhaps by mistake you click the submission. So there is not problem, because then you have the possibility to cancel the submission, so you can work on the template, on the proposal again, so nothing happens. But if you click here and you confirm the submission of the proposal, then let me say that this is a step that as soon as the proposal is submitted, you cannot revert. It means that you cannot update the proposal, the submission is done, so you cannot modify, you cannot correct. So please, what we recommend here is to do a double check before the submission that everything is correctly filled in, all the fields are correct, and especially the mandatory documents are the ones that you want to submit, the final versions. And well, if everything is correct, doing this double check, please, you have to click OK. And then perhaps this message will appear that it asks you to leave the page. In case that this message appears, please leave. It's better to click the option leave. Not always appears, but in the case that appears, please click the option leave. So let's say that, as I mentioned, this is the scariest moment. You are, it happens that you are afraid that everything was submitted correctly. So usually we expect an email with a notification. So don't expect this because the system doesn't create an email, an automatic notification. We are not going to send you a notification. But what we can do, what you can do to confirm that you already submit correctly or your proposal is already submitted, you can go to My Applications. If you remember, is the first step that I mentioned, menu, call for proposals, not open calls, because this was the place that you were to look to create the proposal, but now it's already created. So you have to go to My Proposals, My Applications. And here you will have the application listed and you will see the status as submitted. So this gives you the confirmation that the proposal was submitted. Let me mention also that you are not going to receive this mail, and either the other partners, but also the other partners involved in the proposal can see the proposal in My Applications, so they can also see it here. And finally, I would like to insist in some message that I already give it to you. Sorry. The first message, and perhaps is the more crucial, is that you need to guarantee that all the partners involved in the proposal has to be registered in NetSuite. To be registered in NetSuite means that they already have a big number. So please do it as soon as possible. And don't wait until the last minute to register the partners, because sometimes the NetSuite registration also take 1 or 2 days. So please be aware of that. There is no possibility to include external links, web pages, only in the supporting documents, in the case that you want to add the link of the demo of the product that you want that is related to your proposal. As I mentioned, we strongly recommend you to work and to prepare the proposal as a draft offline with the document that we prepare, especially the part of a project scope where you have to write a lot. You have to write a lot of text, and perhaps you can miss this information. So better to prepare it in another document. And also for the budget, that it's recommended to have an Excel file with all the budget to guarantee that the percentage are correct before to introduce in NetSuite. And again, be aware that you cannot fill the budget tab if you have not previously fill it the work plan structure, because this is really related. Only the work plan, the work packages created in the work plan will appear in the budget, so it doesn't have any sense to start from this part. In fact, you don't have the possibility to edit the work packages that are not created. As I mentioned, and I think I was very repetitive with this, save as a draft as many times as you can. Please, it's very important also because the system, when you are not working on the system for long, sometimes the system close, so you can lose the information that was not previously saved. And again, check the supporting documents that are the final version that you want to submit. And please don't wait until the last minute, the last let's say better the day before the deadline submission, and if this is the last day, don't wait the last hour, the last minute. And this is more or less what I would like to share with you. Also, let's say that this is a presentation very related to the NetSuite platform. In case that you have problems or issues related to NetSuite registration, you can address directly, send your questions, sending an email to service desk EIT Urban Mobility EU. For technical and general procedures, you can send an email directly to us, to PMO. And for other issues related more about the content and technical, well, more related to the project aspects, the call aspects, you have to, it's better that you address your questions directly to the innovation call, that is the team that is dealing with this strategic innovation call. Let's say that thank you very much to join us, and good luck with your project. And yeah, that's all from my side.